Good morning, germs, worms, friends, and neighbors. Glad to see you today.
Glad to see you too, Mike. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good to hear. So we're going to talk about aliens today, and I have
Aliens.
some videos I want to share.
Ooh.
We're sharing the videos. Let's see. Let me get this party started here. Um, Hold on a minute.
You got a video of an alien coming to the shopping centers or what?
Well, let me share. I'm going to share this one first.
Okay. Hit us with your best shot, by God.
Well, maybe I'm going to share it if I can find it.
Oh, no.
Okay, so let's do this. Oh no, stop. Ah,
You found it.
I
You
am not
found it.
having a good time here.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my goodness. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's try this again. Okay, there we are.
You keep looking. Anyhow, everybody out there, I have never seen per se an alien. I'd like to meet an alien. We don't know anything about them, whether whether they want to come here and take over our planet. Who knows? You, you won't know until we meet one. But the other thing is you never know. Everybody, if you've ever watched all the alien movies, everybody has a different perspective on what they're going to do. E.T. came here. They were just looking, and he was exploring our planet to see what the fuck it was made of, and whatever. They were nonviolent. They were just explorers. Now you go back and you remember the old Twilight Zone. I don't know if it was Twilight Zone or if it was the Outer Limits, where the aliens come and they visited and they go, "Oh, we want to see you guys. And we're going to leave you our book, and you guys can give us your religious book or text, and then you can decipher it and whatever." And the guy finally deciphers it, and he finds out it's a fucking cookbook on how to cook humans.
Yeah, how to serve man.
Yeah, that's what it was. How to serve man.
Yeah.
They don't like it raw. They like it basted with onions and a little bit of turn up and who knows? Who the fuck knows? And I guess they have
Here comes my video. I found it.
okay. Here we go, boys and girls.
Might be the most consequential UFO encounter of all time, what's known as the Tic Tac incident.
And that case, Denise, helped reignite public interest in the UFO mystery and directly led to ongoing inquiries by members of Congress. What few know is that the investigation into the Tic Tac began right here in Las Vegas.
Chief investigative reporter George Knapp has the story.
When this weird encounter happened 20 years ago, Thursday, the U.S. Navy didn't bother to investigate, and the public didn't hear about it until years later. In the years since, Pentagon officials have done their best to downplay the Tic Tac, but there was a significant investigation, and it began here in our backyard. Over a 2-week period in November 2004, off the coast of Southern California, the ships and planes of the USS Nimitz carrier group detected brief glimpses of unknown objects dozens of times. Aviators aboard 2 separate F-18s sent to investigate encountered a weird craft with astounding capabilities. 19 years later, one of those pilots told his story at a public hearing before Congress.
I'd like to say that the Tic Tac object we engaged in 2004 was far superior to anything that we had on time, have today, or looking to develop in the next 10 years.
David Fravor says there was no investigation by the Navy or anyone else back in 2004, as if the incident never happened. But 4 years later in Las Vegas, scientist Dr. Colin Kelleher heard the story from a former military man who was applying for a job with Bass, a subsidiary created by Las Vegas tycoon Robert Bigelow, which was conducting an ambitious but hush-hush investigation of UFOs for the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. The program was given a clunky acronym, OSAP. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid led the way in securing $22 million for OSAP, and the very first case it looked at was the Tic Tac incident. Bits and pieces of the Tic Tac tale had appeared in public forums over the years without much notice. This changed in 2017 when the New York Times published a front-page story and released the now famous video. At nearly every opportunity since then, Pentagon officials have tried to downplay the Tic Tac or hint there might be prosaic explanations, often mirroring the claims made on social media by loud but unqualified debunkers.
There's a lot of cleanup to do when you have a lot of these people saying it's birds or whatever they're saying. It's frustrating because you know the rest of the story and you can't tell the rest of the story.
Jay Stratton was a highly regarded intelligence official who, with his colleague, Dr. James Lukatsky, helped convince the DIA to launch OSAP. He's also the person who conducted the first investigation of the Tic Tac.
I talked to him when he was doing it. We talked on the phone extensively. He did a very thorough job.
According to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former head of AARO, the Pentagon's most recent incarnation of a UFO investigation, the Tic Tac case is still considered to be an unknown, but only because there's no data to analyze. Nothing was saved back in 2004, he says. Here's what Kirkpatrick left out: a 13-page, highly detailed analysis of the Tic Tac and its extraordinary capabilities. We first released the document back in 2018. The man who wrote it is Jay Stratton, who years later was the head of another program, the UAP Task Force. The report is loaded with data and facts about the Tic Tac, which is referred to in the report as an AAV, Anomalous Aerial Vehicle. Stratton interviewed the aviators, but also spoke with radar and other sensor operators who said Tic Tac objects were detected many times as they dropped from 60,000 feet to ocean level in a matter of seconds, traveling at 30 to 60 times the speed of sound, but without producing sonic booms. Pilots saw the object with their own eyes and on their instruments, including the infrared sensor which recorded the video images. Multiple other sensors confirmed the encounters, including an ANSPY, capable of tracking a golf ball 100 miles away, and the E-2 Hawkeye early warning aircraft that flew above the Nimitz group. On his way out the door after leaving AARO, Dr. Kirkpatrick says maybe the Tic Tac was a CIA balloon or some other secret military project being tested near the Nimitz. The OSAP report directly contradicts those guesses. Among the key findings in the report, the AAV is not something that belongs to the U.S. or any other nation. It was so advanced, it rendered U.S. capabilities ineffective. It showed velocities far greater than anything known to exist, and it could turn itself invisible, both to radar and the human eye. Essentially, it was, quote, undetectable and unchallenged. Further, Commander Fravor reported that he saw a large disturbance just under the surface of the ocean, an estimated 100 yards across. It appeared to him as if the Tic Tac was rendezvousing with the underwater object. When the Tic Tac zoomed off at an incredible speed, whatever was underwater vanished too. Jay Stratton personally ruled out the chance that this was secret U.S. technology being tested. The UAP task force, which Stratton later directed, produced another report for Congress, which found 143 well-documented encounter cases that started with the Tic Tac, which the task force said could not be explained by any technology known to exist on Earth. That secretive DIA program, OSAP, that was based here, eventually compiled a much more detailed report about the Tic Tac, 143 pages long.
Wow.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing, isn't it?
It makes you goddamn wonder, don't it?
Yeah, and then the government's all covering it up as usual. It's
Yeah, you don't know. You know, we don't know nothing about them because we've never met any. Nobody has. None of them have ever stopped in for a cup of coffee. They could stop here. I'd give them coffee. We could have coffee. I got all sorts of different flavors, different brands. We can take their pick.
be careful
Have a
what
little,
you're saying
have a little
there.
session with them. You know, shoot the shit, find out what's going on. You know, out there in outer space.
You're gonna hear, "Hey, Mike, I cover my coffee."
Yeah. Come in for a good cup of coffee from Alpha Centauri. You know, hey. You know, we just don't know. We're in the dark as far as they go because Their technology is so fucking far ahead of us. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean,
And if
when
they,
they say they dropped from 60,000 feet to just above sea level in a matter of seconds,
that's yeah,
that's something that the
we
human
don't, we
body
can't
wouldn't
do it.
even be able to handle.
No, because it's
We
too
would have
much
been dead.
G-force.
So, I mean, they have something, you like you said, their technology is way far advanced.
And we don't know what they look at our planet and what they think of our planet. It's like maybe it's Jupiter ascending. Maybe they planted our genome out here millions of years ago, and they're growing us up. And when we hit a certain billions of people on this earth, they come in, they harvest us.
That's very possible.
You know,
That's
for our life force. Who knows? We don't know. We're in the dark.
we are in the dark.
But
How
now,
three
with
3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
how much?
3 minutes.
Oh, that's because we had that fucking video. Anyhow, now we've discussed this back in a couple of another episode we discussed where we like when I went down and picked you up at the airport and we were coming back it was darker than shit. We were the only people on the highway, on the freeway then. And when we saw that light coming at us, and it came and it came and it came, and it was like it wasn't going that fast, but it was just up there. And then when we got underneath it, when it was overhead, it just vanished.
Oh, this is what it looked like here. Let me see if I can share this guy. Come on, share. It looks like the one in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, like just a big giant ball of light. That was it.
That was it.
And that's what, and that's what we saw. That's what Diana and I saw when we were out fishing on the lake that night. We were going back to the ramp to get put the boat on the ramp and on the trailer, and we were going home. And Diana and I looked over there above the clouds, and I go, "Well, what the fuck?" I go, "What the fuck is that, Diane?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know." I go, "Well, there's no where we were. There's no fucking airports up there in that fucking part of this fucking country. I mean, they had to go a few hundred miles to find an airport.
Yeah.
But there was nothing close to us, and so we had no idea. And then all of a sudden, just like on the highway, it vanished. There was nothing. I looked. I go, "Diane, where'd it go?" She was, "I don't know." I said, "It was there," and all of a sudden, it wasn't there. So now, whether they, I don't know, they shut the lights off, whether they found a portal, whether they found, I have no fucking clue. But, and I can't say there was no sound because the outboard motor was loud enough to where I would have never, I mean, there could have been a goddamn hurricane right next to us. I would have never heard it because that outboard motor was loud.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going fast. It wasn't going faster than us. We were kind of going faster than it. So it kind of left out a plane. A plane would go faster than us.
Yeah. Well, Mike, we got to say our goodbyes.
Oh, well, we're going to do a double header, guys.
Yeah,
because we lost you last week. Anyhow, see you. Bye. Have a good one. It hadn't